Let me close this.
And you're gonna intro boy?
Oh, I have Steam open. Oh wait, also one more thing. Trolling. Oh wait, I'm Omega trolling. The iPad.
What does the iPad do?
So if someone does a TTS, that's
Oh, you
like
can
the
just
L
skip
L
it.
L L
Yeah.
L. Okay, never mind. I don't have Twitch downloaded. Hello.
So we're live right now.
We're live right now.
NA Production!
NA Production, Rio. Actually, hold on. We'll do it on this one. Here. And I'll put it down on the ground.
They can't read this warning.
Well, there's another warning in the bottom right.
Still.
Okay. Here we go.
You
Where
do
was my invite?
you do your intro.
Fortunately, I'm broke. Wait. Fortunately, I'm broke, and so Nabil has a. Gotta go, bro. My girl needs me. Get this. Okay, bro. Bro, wait. Ho Kelly's a player now. Bro, he's not a terrorist. Calm down. Nabil is providing me with free therapy because I'm a brokey. If you would like his therapeutic services, even though he's not actually a therapist, you'll have to pay him money.
Now, I will not be collecting money. I'm doing this as a friendly gesture for a friend. Legally.
Legally.
Just in case it gets sued for the future.
Also, he's Pakistani, not Indian.
Thank you.
Okay, should we do the YT intro?
Go ahead, dude.
Okay. Bum bum bum. Therapy. The big scare. Who needs therapy? Man up. You don't need it. Or at least that's what I would say a couple years ago. But your mental health is important. And today we are going to be demonstrating why therapy is important. Today we have with us
I'm Nabil.
Nabil.
I've known Zach for over 15 years, and he needs a lot of help.
That's not why I invited him. I invited him because of his professional demeanor and interest in psychiatric care.
So all I've done is I'm still in college. I'm getting a minor in couples and family therapy, and therefore I'm the best qualified person Zach has to give him friendly advice.
As an actual therapist.
No, not as an actual therapist, not paid, not sponsored, not licensed.
I had to give him money in order to do this.
This is a lie. He gave me a pen, and that's it.
Bro has... Everybody has psychological issues, and that's why we're here to do this today. So, I'm not 100% sure how it's supposed to kick off. I've been to therapy once, and I was like 12. So, usually I think you kick off by introducing to each other, but because we know each other, it's a little bit different. So, therapy stream!
So let's start at basics. Why don't you introduce to the viewers who you are behind the camera?
Oh, well, honestly, I think I'm the same. I've talked with Nabil about this before, but we have in the brain a perma chat. Chat is permanently in the head, so I'm perma clip farming even off stream, and I guess basic info. My name's Zach, 22. I work at Sprouts Farmers Market. I like to play video games with my friends online, and I want to be a streamer, and that's why we're doing this.
Okay, Zach. How would other people describe you?
Awesome, super cool, energetic, loud.
So when I said other people, who'd you have in mind? Your friend? Your family?
Yeah, I was thinking about friends and family. Yeah.
Both friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they have differing views of you?
maybe just like more depth, but I think it's the same thoughts.
Same thoughts.
Yeah, like it's like they know me more, but like it's still the same thoughts.
So you would say how you interact with your friends is very similar to how you interact with your family?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that's caused any kind of strife or any kind of inconsistency with how you treat them?
My friends?
Friends or family?
Well, no, if anything, it's more consistent, right? Because, like, I'm doing it with both them and my friends and my family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more consistent, actually. Well, as for them, I don't know how they feel. I mean, they're still my friends, and my family is still my family. So they haven't said anything yet about that, or I guess how I act.
And you like hanging out with friends, right?
Yes. Right now, I'm hanging out with my friend, who's also my therapist, a real therapist.
Not a therapist. So, would you say you have a good relationship with your family?
You mean like my parents, my sister, you know? Or like my grandparents? Like, how broad are we going with family?
Okay, let's start with this. Who do you consider your family?
Well, my family's just really small. Like, a lot of people have like cousins and their cousins have like 15 million guy. So I would consider it just be like my dad, my mom, my stepdad, my sister, my grandma, grandpa, and my other grandma. That would be. I guess also my aunt and my uncle. But like more immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Cure him? I don't need to be cured.
So, it's actually a misconception in therapy. It's not curing anything. We can help him with understanding who he is and how he interacts with people and society based on that.
But I don't need to change how I act in society.
So you don't need to change at all, you think?
Well, I think I'll just change naturally, but I don't think that anything that I do now is particularly harmful in society. I'm not the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that any change that does happen will be natural and that will be okay.
So you think it's like more of a passive change you're making? You're not actively doing anything to like change who you are with other people?
Not right now, no.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now I'm pretty linear with how I act. The only time I necessarily change how I act is like at work. Sometimes I'll just kind of zone out, but that's just because of work.
Okay. So, overall, you think how you act and who you are right now, that's pretty near the peak of your entire life?
No, I peaked in high school. No, like, what do you mean peaked?
Like, do you view yourself as needing to improve in anything and how you interact with people?
Well, I think who you are now is the culmination of like changing how you interact with people, right? So you're always getting better. I don't think there's ever really a peak until you get like dementia or something, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think there's necessarily
Refund? A refund for what?
I did pay this guy because he's an actual therapist.
That is not true. Check this. Check that. Not therapist, not paid. Doing this as a friend.
I gave him that pen.
Legally, he did give me a pen. But it's not as a form of payment, but as...
A form of payment.
No, as help. Just in case, anything, bad happens. I don't get sued.
Legally.
Legally.
What was I saying? It's not a peak ever. Give me my trauma back. Please don't. We haven't got to the trauma yet.
Yeah, this first session is feeling out the water, feeling out the waves. We're going to figure out some basic things about how he views the world, how he views himself, how he views his place in the world, how he views how other people view him. And maybe from there we can figure out more about why he views things, why he acts a certain way, which I'm sure you all know. And yeah, good.
Feeling up Zach.
Feel him up, yeah.
My therapist is filling me up.
Not a therapist, so I can do whatever I want.
What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Chat, too gifted and he tickles me. Without his consent.
Nope. No ethical dilemmas. So we'll be fine. Alright, so
What if I fall in love with my therapist? Sorry.
that ain't happening. So, Zach, you always seem to deviate the conversation with humor.
Yeah, that's a coping mechanism or
It's a
something.
coping mechanism for
Yes.
what? What are you coping?
It's a way to avoid stress avoidance, I think.
Okay, you're avoiding stress. Where is the stress coming from?
Awkwardness and pauses in conversation.
Pauses in conversation.
Okay, you purposely pause there to make it awkward on purpose. L therapist, I'm saying he's purposely trying to make the conversation awkward by pausing and not talking.
Why do you feel uncomfortable with pauses in conversation?
Cause like, why are you not talking? Like, what are you thinking about, dude?
Maybe somebody isn't talking just because they want to, maybe catch their breath. Maybe they want to think about what they want to say next. Why do you feel like you have to fill in that silence?
I mean, I don't necessarily have to, but like, I also don't want to make other people uncomfortable by me being silent. You know what I mean? Because like, if I feel awkward in pauses in conversation, they might feel awkward in pauses in conversation. It's probably his brain rot, yeah. But I don't want them to feel awkward. Type. TS.
So let's just say you and your friend were talking one-on-one, and there was a silence for, let's just say, 10 seconds. Nobody's on their phone. Nobody's like, maybe you two are having a meal together. You both are eating your food for 10 seconds. Would you stop what you're doing to maybe fill that void, maybe say something, talk about how the food is, something like that? Or would you let that silence continue?
It depends. Like, if it was like, if they made the food, like it was Christian or something, I'd be like, damn, this food's good. The food's aura. The food's hella chungus. Thanks for the food, dude. This food's really good. And then they'd say, oh, thanks, man. The food, I worked really hard on it. And I was like, yeah, dude, you did a really good job. And then he's like, thanks, man. And then we go back to eating, and then I had to come up with something else. Type. Send chat.
So, growing up at the dinner table, did you eat with your family at the dinner table?
Yes, every day.
Every day?
Every
growing
day.
up?
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, was there ever a silence, or were you the one that talked the most? Maybe everybody talked equally?
Everyone talked a lot, I think, when growing up, because, like, I mean, there's always, like, okay, what do you guys do at school? My parents were always interested in what we did at school. So it wasn't really ever silent. Like, there was always something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had sports, or, like, we had something going on. So there's always something to talk about. So maybe that's why, I don't know. Since there was always something to talk about, having something to not talk about. Certified yapper. Exactly. I'm literally certified. Type. I yap because it's how I was raised. Type.
So you would say that how you grew up is why you feel the need to talk this much?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like hearing myself talk or something.
Okay, so for the viewers at home, Zach has one sibling. He has a younger sister. And you being the older brother, do you think that maybe because you grew up a little earlier, you felt like maybe you helped during the conversations a little bit?
Sorry.
During dinner time? Anything like that?
I don't really remember. My sister was really quiet, kind of. She was more quiet than me, for sure.
You were
But
the talkative one.
yeah.
Do you think that talkative sense made you get more attention from your parents?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Because I feel like it's only natural. Like if there's two objects on the floor, one is making noise, one isn't making noise, then people are naturally going to pay attention to the one making noise, right?
Yeah.
So you grew up with this sense where there's only two kids in the house. You're the loud one, she's the quiet one, and you got a lot of attention because of that. Now, I want to relate that to how Zach was in school. Because I went to school with him. Zach, you were always very loud. You were trying to be the class clown.
What?
Did you ever notice that?
Maybe. Sometimes.
Do you think it was like an active thing you tried to do? Like this is a persona you want to have? Or do you think it's more like natural, passive, like, oh, I'm just going to make a funny joke here, and people just liked it?
Probably a little bit of both. Never tried, just was. I mean, yeah, kind of. Okay. I mean, yeah, I kind of wanted the persona, so I wasn't, I don't necessarily I wasn't like trying to like make up a joke at every single punchline, but like, I was happy to do it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think people viewed you as the class clown persona?
Yeah, I can see that from their perspective. There's definitely other people.
And then you get a funnel, and then it's just like.
All right. Other than you, do you remember if there was any class clowns in school? You can use made up names here.
6, 7. I mean, yeah. I can't really think of off the top of my head. Yeah, there's definitely others though. Like, yeah, it's an archetype.
So how did you view these other class clown types?
Sometimes they were annoying. Cause it's like, what are you taking my attention for, dude?
Just flamin _ SK says 67 type shit.
Type shit.
Exactly. But it's like, why? But like, sometimes I think I wasn't necessarily annoyed with them being annoying, because that's like understandable. I was more annoyed that like the jokes that they would say would be bad. like it wasn't, because you know I could admire cinema, like Cars. I can admire cinema, but like sometimes it was just like, bruh, that shit was mid as fuck. That shit wasn't even funny.
So when they made an unfunny joke, how did that make you feel?
I was like, SMH, bruh. Bad joke, bruh.
If you could describe it in one word, what word would you use?
Bruh. Like you know, like bruh.
That's
Rain
more of an
Bear
emotion
20 says
rather
Nabil,
than
can you bot
exclamation.
chug 6-7 skibidi is toilet sus about Zach?
What? What does that even mean?
Guys, my therapist is don't. Be careful. Be patient with him.
I recognize all these words individually. And numbers.
My therapist is But yeah, bruh, like bruh.
Okay, so if you had to use more of an emotion rather than an exclamation, what word would you use?
I don't know, what emotion does that convey? Just like it just felt like a lull in my brain. It was like, am I missing the joke? That shit was so bad. There has to be like a different layer that I'm missing or something like that. Like, there's no way that was like the peak joke that you could come up with at that moment.
Yeah, that's more than one word, but okay, we'll take it. So you viewed some of these people as being like more cringe, in your opinion, when their jokes fall flat? You're like,
Right.
That's how you describe it?
Yeah.
Facepalm worthy, something like that?
Yeah. But I also, that's a different kind of humor, which I embrace, right? Because being cringe funny on purpose is different than being cringe funny on accident. Like, if you're actually cringe, then it's cringe. But if you're being cringe to be funny, then that's different than actually being cringe.
Do you think people describe you more as funny or as cringe?
Cringe. But, like, I'm trying to be cringe, so it's more funny.
So you get more acceptance out of it if people call you cringe because that's what you're seeking out to actually do.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is cringe. See? That's W motion. It's not cope.
So if all viewers in chat right now just said, "Wow, that was really cringe, Zach," you would take that as a compliment or an insult?
I'd be like, perfect, W clip. That's a W clip. If everyone says cringe, then I know I did my job good.
So you would say W clip, as in like that's a good moment, that's a memorable moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can bring that back to what you said earlier in the session, where you said that you view everybody as not everybody, sorry. You viewed yourself as having the streamer persona on all the time.
Uh-huh.
So you act exactly the same on stream as you do off stream?
For the most part, I think so. It's pretty close. Like, I think it might be a little bit more exaggerated maybe sometimes, but bro could have gotten anyone other. No, Nabil's the most qualified as an actual therapist. What was the question?
So you said that there's a little bit of a difference between your streamer persona and your real life.
But it's pretty close.
Reality. Tell me more about the differences.
Like, I guess just like it's more like real, I guess. Like having a camera actually on rather than just imagining a camera that's on is different. So it's like
I'm sorry, which one's more real, you said?
Having the actual camera on.
So you're saying Twitch Zach is the more real version of you than non-Twitch Zach?
Well, I mean, both are real. They're both, I don't know, there's just a different kind of like atmosphere, I guess. There's a different setting. Like, both Zachs are real, it's just they're in a different environment.
Okay. So what helped shape you into this Twitch Zach? This camera on Zach?
Just wanting to do it all, like for a while. And kind of just like, alright, this is what I'm going to do whenever it's on. And then just culminating that for like 2 years. And then now it's just like, the camera's actually on, so now I know not know what to do, but like, I know how to act kind of thing.
Just flamin _ SK says can't wait for Zach to start rage baiting Nabil.
I'm not going to rage bait my therapist.
Anyway, so you would say that there are moments in your life that help shape you into this more confident camera on Zach. As in, I can be my true self with the camera on.
Well, no, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, they're the same kind of. The only difference is like I don't know how to explain it. It's like they're both like really similar. It's just like slightly different because the camera's actually on. But like both of them are still trying to do the same thing.
What are they trying to do?
Like farm
What?
content.
What does that mean?
Like the W clip, like saying you're an actual therapist. Like W rage bait. Like whenever. Like, I don't know, just doing stupid stuff in public. It's just like. That's clip farming.
And negative attention, positive attention, you like all of it? Or you only really crave one or the other?
Attention is attention. All press is good press.
Okay. So, like you said before, you wanted to make... If you made cringe content, that's good. If you get called to cringe, that's good. You're just saying bad press is good press, good press is good press, everything is good press.
Right.
So you're willing to make maybe this more clown of yourself in public for this content, even though nobody's actually watching other than yourself?
Yeah. Because, like... You mean, like, when the stream's not on?
Yeah, when the camera's off, and you're being yourself, you're like, oh, I can do this, it'll be good content.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole reason I want to do content in the first place is because it's like... I think I'm pretty decent at making people laugh sometimes, even if it's at the expense of myself. So as long as I get the laugh, it's the laugh that matters. It doesn't matter how they got it, necessarily.
So their enjoyment matters more than your personal health, like how you view yourself?
I mean, yeah, but like... You keep that in mind at all times. Like, if I know it, then it doesn't actually affect me.
So if you end up hurt by one of your antics, but everybody else laughs at it, would you say that's a good experience or a bad experience?
And it's funny. Like if I trip and fall, and like, I mean if it's seriously hurt, it's different because people don't laugh at like seriously hurt stuff. But like if I trip and fall and like hit my head, I'm like ow. Or if I like walk into a fan because the fan's too high. It's different. W streamer, exactly. I just know how to farm the clip. The clip is more important than I don't know, temporary pain.
Okay, so you mentioned that if you get hurt, but people find it funny, then that's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
Would you say the same thing as if, let's just say, you were playing a sport and you try to do like a super risky move and you ended up breaking your arm or breaking some limb and you had to go to the hospital, but everybody was like, dude, Zach, that was crazy. That was awesome. I can't believe you did that. Would you view that as a good experience or a bad experience?
Well, no, because I want to be in the game still, right? Like, it'd be more about actually being in the game rather than, like, breaking something.
But their memory of you was good in that situation. They viewed you as good content.
Well, no, but then I can't produce content if my arm's broken. In the hypothetical where I'm a sports player, right? So I wouldn't want to do something where I'd potentially, like, permanently get hurt. But, like...
But in this case, it's just a broken arm. It'll heal.
But nah, it's different. You come back different. Like it's permanent. It's broken bones are like, that's permanent, bro.
Okay, so there is a line for physical harm to yourself.
Yeah.
Would you say there's also a line for mental harm to yourself?
I mean, no, not really.
There's not a line for mental harm.
Cause like, what permanent damage can you do to somebody mentally? Like, come on. That's what the therapy's for, right? To fix to fix it. Come on. Exactly. This guy's treating it like a debate. I'm just saying, what permanent mental damage can you do that isn't like physically altering your brain?
Okay, what do you... is there a situation where somebody says something that's extremely harsh that you would view as, oh, just get over it, but the other person just doesn't seem to?
Well, that's different. I think, like, taking stuff... I thought that's also why I think being cringe and, like, making yourself the butt of the joke is fine. Because it's, like, it's yourself and you know your mental health. It's different if you're, like, taking somebody else's... Like, if I'm mean to somebody else, that's different. And, like, the line is, like, a lot, like, further away. Like, there actually is a line, I guess I would say, with other people. Because, like, other people are... Oh, you don't know, like, what's going on with them.
So you value their mental
Exactly. Drinking and driving stream after Nabil tells me to jump off a bridge, because he's my therapist.
So you view other people's mental health as, like, worthy of being respected. And, like, hey, you don't know what they're going through. You shouldn't be so abusive to them.
W sub! Jumping off a bridge stream? Oh, don't jump off a bridge. Okay. The
Hey! I should not be in the car!
Well, no, it's not necessarily, like, respecting it. It's just, like, I don't know. Like, it's different with, like, friends and stuff like that, because you, like, if it's a random person, like, kind of like those prank videos. Like, the prank videos are a little bit different, because it's, like, with a stranger, you don't know if that stranger's, like, mom just died or something like that, and, like, anything could set them off. So it's, like, it's different when with me, and if I'm, like, the butt of the joke at, like, a mental health thing, it's, like, I know where my mental health's at, so it's fine to, like, make fun of it.
Okay, so you're, like, more aware of your own boundaries.
Exactly.
But before you said that there is no line with you mentally.
Well, there isn't one. Prank videos, but...
So, is there a line for me to make fun of your mental health?
No. Because, I mean, like, if it's funny... Well, actually, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, if it's funny, then it's funny. But, like, if you're just being mean, then it's just, like, L aura. Because if you're just being mean to be mean... Like, if you're trying to be mean to be funny, like, I get where you're coming from. But, like, some people are just mean to be mean because they got their own stuff going on. That's different, though.
Okay, so, just to recap, you view, let's just say mentally demeaning let's just say that, psychologically demeaning somebody if it's somebody else, that's not okay because you don't know where they are in their life and how they would react to it. But if it's you doing it to you, it's perfectly fine. Anything goes. If it's anybody else doing it to you, it's perfectly fine. Anything goes.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause
So why do you respect other people's mental health more than your own mental health?
well, it's not respecting. It's just I know where the line is.
But
even though
you just said
no
there
line.
is no line.
Exactly, but I'm saying I know that there is like no non-existent line for me. And if I needed to create a line for myself at any point, I'd be able to be like, hey, this is the line now.
Okay, so you do have some form of self-respect when it comes to other people making fun of your mental health.
If I needed to, like if it was super super stressful and I was like, holy freak, and I'm like having a panic attack or something, then I guess maybe I could be like, all right, bruh, let me chill real quick, let me pop a perk, calm down. Not actually a thing of perk, maybe like a shot or something. That's different. But yeah, it's different. It's not necessarily respect for the other person. It's just like I don't know what's going on right now with them.
Smash, marry, kill, Indian, therapist, or Nabil?
Well, I just fucking marry you, because you're the therapist. He's a therapist and he's Nabil, actual therapist, by the way.
But I'm not Indian, and I'm not a therapist. But I'm also not Indian.
Well, okay, that wasn't. I mean, that they're just dying then. They're the.
You advocate for the death of Indians?
It's the F Marry Kill, bruh. That's not like all of them. It's just in this hypothetical.
So let's just say there is a hypothetical where you are dating a girl, and she's really making fun of you at your lowest point. Like the lowest point of your life, she's making fun of it.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
So is there a line in your mind where she can cross or not cross?
Well, like I said, it gets to a point where like, if it's not funny, and you're just being mean to be mean, it's like, bruh, TS ain't funny, lil, bruh. You're just being an asshole. Which is also why I don't like mean guys. Sometimes, most of the time, or if it goes too far. I don't like shitting on one person too much, right? Like if everyone's getting shit on equally, it's okay, because everyone's getting shit on equally. Finally, Nabil's talking about women. All right.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
What do you mean?
Well, we'll get there. Okay. So going back to this, you said it's not funny if somebody's just being an asshole to be an asshole, but they think they're being funny. Do you think that's accurate what I said?
Well, it depends on what the majority thinks. Like if the crowd thinks it's funny. Ooh, wait, that's different. Well, it's the crowd as well as like the person that's taking the joke as well. Because like different people have different boundaries. Like I said, like that's why I don't like making fun of other people, because like you don't know where their head's at.
Okay. So when you were in high school or college or wherever, and there was this guy trying to do a class clown persona, but his version of humor is making fun of others, when is it okay for you to laugh at his jokes versus being like, hey, that's a little far? Let's imagine that this guy, he's pretty well liked, people like him, and people think he's pretty funny, but this one day, this joke goes a little far and he ends up making fun of this like lonely girl in the corner. Is that okay?
Well, no, because it wouldn't be funny.
But the majority of people are laughing. That's what you said matters.
Well, no, because like I said, I also said it depends on like how the person feels. He is writing stuff down, I think. He's writing scribbles at least.
Keep talking.
I said before as well, like it's majority as well as the person who's like at the butt end of the joke. Like if they're uncomfortable with it, then that obviously takes precedent than the actual joke.
Okay, so now imagine the exact same scenario, but instead of making fun of the lonely girl in the corner, they're making fun of you. Is that okay?
Well, yeah, because I'm okay with being the butt end of the joke. But if the girl isn't okay with being the butt end of the joke, then it's not okay.
But why are you automatically assuming no matter what they say in this worst case scenario that you will be fine with it?
Because, like, what could they say? You know what I mean?
So you can't even imagine a scenario where they could say something that'll genuinely hurt you.
Right.
Are you sure?
Like if they say L streamer, at least they know I'm streaming.
So again, we're deflecting what we were talking about with another joke.
That's not that was the hypothetical that you said. You said I imagine something that they would say.
I'm trying to talk to you about something serious here. Trying to imagine a scenario where you aren't willing to let yourself be insulted, and you just deflect it again with another joke. Why is that?
Cause, bro, why is Gandhi so aggro? Dude, my therapist is rage baiting me. Well, cause I don't know. Like I can't imagine what they would say that would be like genuinely. It'd be like fuck. Like I don't know. I can't imagine a joke that would that would get me that far.
Okay, but you could easily imagine a situation where that lonely girl in the corner, that something would genuinely hurt her. What if she's
I'm
also
the
as
I got the
resilient?
mental fortitude of
But
super
what if she's
of
also as
Batman.
mentally resilient as you? Does that make it okay? What that guy's saying about her?
If she's Batman, then she's Batman. Because like also, if that person's got hella aura, because I got hella aura. If you're making fun of me, it's like I got aura to spare. You know what I mean?
So you think the kid that gets bullied, people like what admire him? They like his aura?
I didn't get bullied, bro.
I'm not saying you, but I didn't mention your name. But
You're comparing me to the person who's getting bullied. That's what you just said.
okay, sorry, my mistake. Let me rephrase. So you said that they're making fun of you because you got aura, or you know you got aura, and that's why they're making fun of you. So let's take
Well-
that understanding. Let's move it to somebody else. This kid is getting bullied. Is it because the bullies see that he has aura?
Well, no, because like the only situations I would ever like get made fun of, especially like in school or something like that, like or joked at, not necessarily made fun of, is like I would do something stupid because I was trying to get a laugh. Like it'd be like me doing something stupid or a cringe, and then someone else would point out like, haha, Zach just did something cringe, that shit's stupid, and then they would laugh, and it's at my expense, but it's like that's okay because that was my intention the whole time by doing the stupid thing in the first place.
So in this scenario, I noticed that you labeled it as they're joking about you, but they're bullying this other person.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's different. The chair incident, exactly. Well, that wasn't necessarily on purpose, but that was just funny. 'Cause it's different. Like if is the person in the corner minding their own business and then there's getting a random stray. Like strays are different than like if I do something stupid and then you make fun of the thing I did that was stupid.
But the only difference is that one is in focus and the premeditated, oh, I'm going to make fun of this person for this thing, versus the other is just like, oh, I'm making fun of somebody, and this person adjacent also just so happens to get made fun of.
I don't get it.
So what I'm saying is that it's okay in your mind that you get made fun of because you view yourself as the major person with aura, the main character, versus everybody else. They can be made fun of, and there are definitely lines that you can easily imagine, but for yourself, you can't imagine any line that any boundary they can cross.
Well, yeah, because I know my mental fortitude. I know there is no line in my head, so I'm like I'm
But
chill.
you just said previously that there was a line, but you would only know if they crossed it.
Well, the line's never been crossed before, so I don't know. I've never had to deal with it, I guess.
So is there a line or is there not a line?
I don't think so. But like I'm saying,
Is there a line that's covered in fog, or is there just never a line in the first place?
Well, I don't think there's a line. That's what I was saying the whole time. Is I don't think there's a line.
But you just said there might be a
'Cause
situation where
'cause-
somebody might say something to you and they cross the line, you'd be like, whoa, slow down.
Well, like when I say there's no line, I mean like the line is so like far freaking like impossible to reach that like no one can literally say anything. Like it's like LeBron stats. No one can even imagine getting close to LeBron stats ever. Like it's not even like sure there's a line. Sure it's technically possible to offend me. Sure. What? Read the chat. Read the chat, Nabil. Read the chat. Read the chat. Like, this guy keeps talking about the line. I'm like, the line is so far gone. Here, I'll read the chat. This isn't therapy. You're just attacking him. What do we think? What are our thoughts? Just laughing? Actual therapist, by the way. Actual...
Okay, let's get back on track.
Sorry.
You can't even imagine a situation where somebody would say something so offensive to you that you'd be affected by it. But you can easily imagine it for others. Why do you value their mental health way more than you value yourself? It's not even the case of you making fun of yourself. You're saying other people making fun of you, there is no line they could possibly cross.
Well, yeah, because I probably did something stupid to deserve the thing that they're making fun of. Like, yeah, I don't just catch strays. Like, if I just caught a random stray, it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. And like, also, I can kind of get this perspective. Like, if I'm just catching random strays and someone's genuinely just being mean to them, I know that that person probably's got their own like thing going on. So I don't really even care what they're saying.
So,
Like, have you ever heard that one Taylor Swift song? Haters gonna hey, 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 hey. And the player's gonna play. Shake it up, shake it up. Woo, woo.
so when you're being made fun of, it's because you deserve it. That's what you're saying?
Well, I probably did something to, like, I probably incited the thing that they're.
Yeah, you're saying you deserved it. If you're being made fun of, you deserved it. That's what you said.
Well, like, not yet. I mean, I deserve it. Like, I was planning it all along. I planned the getting made fun of in the first part, most likely.
Well,
I planted the seeds.
Well, we could talk about Cher. Like, Cher is like, you didn't plan that.
No, that was cinema. Sometimes it just happens magically.
There's a difference between being able to laugh at yourself in the past and being deserving of that laughter.
Well, yeah, just laugh because it's funny.
Why are you so against understanding that you have these boundaries you can have? It's healthy to have boundaries.
I can have boundaries. That's okay. Boundaries are good things to have.
But you just said nobody could ever cross them with you because they don't exist. They've never been crossed and nobody can ever imagine crossing them.
Exactly. That's how good my boundaries are.
That's not boundaries. That means you don't have boundaries.
Well, no, that just means my boundaries are super cool and good. Because they've never been crossed before. My territory is so wide and under control that no one can invade the boundary.
That's not how that works, even in real life. It just means you don't have a boundary. People can come in from any situation. You have nowhere to defend yourself because you're too overused. Your resources are spread too thin.
But my resources aren't spread too thin.
But you just said you don't have boundaries.
Yeah, because I'm fine. I'm cool. I understand it's okay to have boundaries, and if something comes up where I'm like, oh, that TS really hurt. Oh no, someone said my TikTok was cringe. Oh no, like.
You don't like it when people call your TikToks cringe?
I was just saying for this. That's what I'm saying is like I can't even imagine what someone could say that would like genuinely hurt my feelings.
Wow, that Zach is a fucking loser. That Zach thinks he can be a streamer.
And then I would be like, oh wow, that was kind of weird. He's probably got some own stuff that he's dealing with. I don't even have to regard what he's saying at all.
So you completely brush it off.
Exactly. I don't have to regard what you're saying as in my reality. I don't have to worry about anything that you say.
So there is a boundary in your head. That's the boundary. You don't like it, so you just say they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, no, they're going through their own stuff. It's different.
But you just said if you got made fun of, that means you deserved it.
Well, it's different. Like I said that before. If someone's being like genuinely just mean and just like angry pants, like they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, like they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They're just angry pants. It's not my fault. Like, jeez. Like some people are just angry. That's okay. You're allowed to be angry. Yeah, like that whole I'm always angry. Sorry. But yeah. So like I guess the boundary is just like me disregarding it. It's like I don't care.
Okay, so there is a boundary. You just learn to take it like in stride, where it's like I'm not gonna let it affect me personally.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what the boundary exactly. I mean, if them just being genuinely just mean. But like I don't know how's that a boundary?
That is a boundary. I mean, you don't want them to be mean to you. That's normal. That's healthy.
Well, I guess, but like I understand why they're being mean or whatever. So it's okay for them to be mean. if it helps them.
Because in some sense you're deserving of it.
No, because like they got to get through whatever they got to get through, and like sometimes, like I'm gonna have a bad day. I've definitely been mean to people before that didn't necessarily deserve it, and like everyone's been mean before, and that's okay. It's just like something that happens sometimes. And I'm not necessarily saying I deserve the hate. Like I just said, like I can understand that they're just going through something, and they're just being angry pants.
So you can feel empathetic for their
Right.
feelings.
Or something like that. I don't know, you tell me, you're the therapist, bro. I don't know this shit. I'm just guessing.
So when people are being mean to others, do you think that's like just projected self-hate, or do you think they're trying to get something off their chest? Do you think they're just genuinely mean people?
I mean, yeah, isn't that like a study or something like that? Like, a shit ton, almost all bullies have been bullied before. Like, that's why they're bullies, kind of thing.
Why do you think they're bullies?
Yeah, like that study. I don't.
Why do you think? How do you interpret those results?
Yeah, I could see that definitely being true. It's like projection, kind of. Like you always say, I'm projecting. Like, yeah, they're being mean because like they don't know any other way to cope with it because it's the only thing they know. Type.
So when other people are being mean to you,
They're just going through something.
they're going through something as well. You don't do anything that deserves any type of insult.
Of lately, no, I don't think so. If I did something genuinely that was like, holy fuck, Zach, that was bad. Like, I definitely want recognition and being like, but there are also healthy ways to communicate. Like, hey, dude, you're being an asshole. Rather, like, yeah, I don't know, like just communicating with the person that's being an asshole. You're being an asshole in a proper way.
So you said recently there's nothing that's been like that. What did you have in mind
But I don't
from
know.
the past?
Oh, can't recall off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure I've been an asshole before. Like, especially when I was younger, like just saying stupid stuff. Before, whenever I was younger, I definitely
Like when we played
cared
Clash
less.
Royale together.
Okay, that's because you would log, and I said I was logging, and then you would log anyways. That's different. That's just you being a bot.
That's me deserving it. That's me deserving verbal assault.
Yes, because I said I'm gonna log. Why are you logging?
So when you get verbally assaulted by me, are you deserving of that?
Oh, now I'm getting verbally assaulted by my therapist.
Why'd you avoid the question? Answer the question.
Well, that was a joke. I don't think no one's deserving of verbal assault. I just said that there's healthy ways to communicate that you're being.
But you
an
just
asshole.
said I deserved it. Because I logged when you said you were going to log. Did I make a mistake? Maybe. Did that deserve verbal assault? I don't think so.
No, it doesn't deserve it the first time. It deserves it after. That was a joke. You're never deserving. There's always healthy ways to communicate. This guy's just rage baiting. My therapist is rage baiting. There are healthy ways to communicate. You're being an asshole. But it's just after you log when I said I'm gonna log for 15 times straight, it gets a little frustrating. And usually that's why people become angry pants, is a built-up of anger due to frustration because your 2v2 partner said that they were logging and then the other person logs anyways. Okay? It's okay to be frustrated, yes? Therapist that I paid with a pen.
No payment. But yes.
And sometimes people take that frustration out with anger. Correct?
Sometimes some people do lash out at others.
Yes. And so, not necessarily saying that anger is justified, but that is just that coping mechanism that they use. And sometimes they need to be like, hey, bro, that coping mechanism is El Aura and El Skibbity. I understand it made you mad kind of thing. I didn't mean to rage bait you. But yeah, there's different ways to cope with it.
Okay. So, just to recap, it's okay to be mad. Yeah, it's okay to be mad when you're mad, but like
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be mad.
you
This
shouldn't
is a
take
safe
it out
space.
on others. But the people who do take it out on others, it's because it's build up of anger and frustration they've had.
And then the people that they're taking their anger out, or some maybe like someone who's watching this person take their anger out. Like it's the job of the people that see it to be like, hey, that's not okay. That's like societal rules kind of thing, right?
But like in that previous example with the lonely girl in the corner, everybody thought it was funny. Why is that one morally okay, but this one's not?
I didn't say it was morally okay.
But you just said it's like that's up to the majority of people to say, hey, that's not cool.
I also said the person who's at the butt of the joke takes precedent in the majority. I said that.
But like you
besides
said,
misconstruing my words.
but then we can again flip the situation where you're now the butt of the joke.
Because
You
I said I'm okay with it.
But why
the person,
are you always okay with it?
Because
Why is there not one scenario where people say something and you don't like it?
because I don't care.
But why do you not care? People say hurtful things. It's fine to feel bad about it. Why is there nothing you can even imagine a scenario where you don't either deserve what you're saying or you don't get affected by what you're saying?
Cause it's like, oh my god, I don't even know. I don't even know word this. Like, cause I'm okay that, like I said, the person taking the butt of the joke takes precedent over the majority. If that person who's taking the butt of the joke is like, okay, that shit was kind of funny, or like, yeah, that was funny, like, or like I'm okay with like whatever you just said, and it also depends. Like, it depends on like what they say. Like if. Like, just being mean to be mean isn't funny. The majority of people aren't going to laugh at that. Like...
But what if you find the joke funny, or you find the joke funny, you say you're fine with it, but everybody else says, Zach, that wasn't cool. How he treated you, that wasn't cool. Is that okay?
Then I would say, oh, wow, you guys really think that? Maybe... That's like the whole point of like maybe he's going through something, and then other people recognizing, hey, maybe he went too far. Maybe then the people that are friends with that guy can be like, yo, are you alright? That joke was a little far.
I think it's interesting how when I bring up that example, you immediately go to everybody saying the bully had the bad reason to do so, but not you. You don't have a bad reason to accept what he said about you.
Well, like I said, like, well, if I find the joke funny, I find the joke funny. I don't know.
Yeah, but if literally everybody's saying, Zach, that wasn't cool, like, that wasn't cool, that wasn't funny. But you're like, oh no, I kind of see it. Like, do you think, why is it that you immediately say, oh, the bully, he probably had a really bad day and all that, but you can't see yourself being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have accepted that?
Well, like I said, if I didn't want to accept it, I'd just ignore it. Literally instigator, bro. This L hypothetical.
So when you get uncomfortable with any kind of conversation, you really bring it back to jokes, as we've already discussed in the beginning of the stream. You bring it back with humor. Why is that?
I already said, because it's easy.
It's easy, but like, is it because you don't want to actually think about what we're talking about? Is it because you're trying to escape what we're talking about?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I feel like we're looping. We're going in circles here.
And do you think that's mostly the fault of me or mostly the fault of you? Or equal?
Well, probably, I mean, I don't know. I don't really, it depends. Like, I don't really necessarily understand what you're saying. Like, I don't get why being the butt of the joke is so bad. And, like, I guess it gets to a point, like, if you're being the butt of the joke for so much and, like, not understanding, like, hey, that went too far. But, like, I can tell when jokes go too far. And, like I said, if it goes too far, I'm not going to take it on the chin.
No, but like you said before, there's literally no possible scenario you can ever imagine where somebody takes it too far.
Well, like, takes it too far in, like, a good way. Like, if it's genuinely a good joke that's, like, peak, that's got everybody dying in this hypothetical, where this cool bully, whatever, makes a joke and it's so fucking funny, like, I can't imagine a joke that would be that funny that, like, comes out of the expense of me that makes me feel so terrible.
Oh, really? You can't imagine a single scenario like that? You can't imagine a single scenario why one person might be ostracized by their entire community?
By me? For me? From my perspective, no.
So let's just imagine we're in the 1940s, we're in a classroom. Actually, no, let's just imagine 1960s. First,
That's different.
Ruby
I said
Bridges,
for me.
first colored person to ever be in a white-only classroom.
I said
She's being ostracized by everybody outside, by her peers, and she's feeling bad about herself. Do you think it's not valid for her because everybody else finds it so funny?
That's not what I said at all. Why are you rage baiting me? I said the person who is receiving the butt of the joke takes precedent. it's obviously.
But you just said like 5 seconds ago that, oh, if everybody finds it so funny and I don't, maybe there's something that I don't get.
I didn't say that.
What did you mean by that?
Like,
How can both be true? How can both the subject be the precedent, but also, oh, everybody else find it so funny that I'm missing something?
cause it's like, I understand comedy. I understand humor, kind of thing. I'm the goat of humor.
Do you think
it's-
that? Do you think it's possible that this all stems from your, from the attention you got as a child, from being the I'm the loud one of my sibling, I'm the loud one, people pay attention to me, that any publicity is good publicity. So even if I'm being made fun of, that's good because I have to teach myself that that's good.
Sure.
Sure, why?
I mean, I could see how that could stem from that, or yeah.
Do you think it's fine that it does that? Do you like that?
I mean, especially in this profession, yeah. I think there are gonna be assholes out there, and you got to be able to not take it on the chin.
So this is how you are now. What about when you were a kid? When people made fun of you, did you always just view it as, oh, I did something funny, so even though they're laughing at me, cringing at me, it's good?
Well, like I said, I don't think there was that many. I can't even recall a point where like I got ostracized like that. Fortunately, like I've definitely been in the butt of the joke, but I just think that most of the time that like every time that I can recall that that's happened, like I was okay with that happening.
You're okay with it, why?
Or again, not necessarily okay with it, but like if I was uncomfortable with it, I had a means of escaping the situation, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
So I always think that like if I'm ever I have the means to, or I've pretty much always had the means that I can recall to either escape it with comedy or whatever, or yeah, erase not real therapist and write bully. That's what I'm saying, bruh.
Do you want to bring it back to what Ricardo was saying, where you want to bring it back to women? Do you want to do that? Or would you rather keep it on your own personal talk?
I mean, I don't care what we talk about. I don't know. Can you get to like what like you meant, kind of? Like, can you just like sum up what you were trying to say, kind of thing?
I'm saying that it's confusing to me why there's always some kind of boundary, and you can respect other people's boundaries and their mental health. You seem to understand that other people have their own mental health and mental problems going through. You seem very empathetic in that way, but you don't seem to hold that same respect on yourself, where you view yourself as either deserving of hate you get, or, oh, I shouldn't even take it because they're just mad.
Well, then how am I supposed to do it? Just, I mean, like, I understand having a healthy boundary, but like, especially in the profession I'm trying to get, people are always going to be angry pants. People are always going to say things that I don't necessarily like. I'm 100% going to agree with or 100% going to like, and that's okay. Like you can have a different opinion. You're allowed to rage bait. You're allowed to, I don't know, be going through whatever you're going through, and I guess it's not necessarily okay to like kind of put that onto other people, but like it's gonna happen. Like, especially when you're younger and a kid and you're going through a bunch of shit and you're like hormones, whatever, like they're probably gonna put it out in an unhealthy way. W streamer. I'm actually spinning right now. W therapy L therapist.
It's interesting that your mood seemed to shop like 100% when you got one piece of approval from one chatter.
Exactly, because it's about taking the good in and not necessarily worrying about the L aura. Because the L aura, we focus on the positive reinforcement, not the L therapist. Exactly. It's about the positive reinforcement. We don't necessarily have to micromanage and like be like, oh my god, this person said something that was so mean. Like, and I to your point, there are definitely examples where like if someone's genuinely getting ostracized so much, like yes, there are points where it's like, okay, maybe someone should take a step back. Like, we need to take a step back and be like, yo, person's getting shit on for no reason. But like I said, like.
So there's I want to bring it back to this chatter where you get one piece of approval and now your mood just shoots up and you're like, oh, I should focus on the approval I get rather than the detriment. You really feel like you gain energy basically from these positive interactions, like way more. Like you completely disregard any negatives. You only crave this positive attention.
Well, I mean, I do crave the positive. Like, obviously, you want positive attention, whatever. Like, that's just human nature, I feel like. Say my
name.
Yeah, say his name.
Tyler Oceano gave you a piece of positive attention. You
I
attached so
think
heavily to that, your mood shot up like 1,000%. You immediately got way more animated. Why is that?
because you're low key being angry pants. I feel like you're trying to push my boundaries right now, to try to prove that like you should have boundaries, and I get what you're trying to do, but it's like, bro. Like, and I'm not necessarily saying totally disregard the negative attention. Be like, if someone's saying, "Oh, I was at TikTok was cringe," you know, maybe like try to see what they were trying to say, and I understand like trying to understand the negative reinforcement, but focusing too much on that is going to be aura. How did you feel when Tyler Oceano called you an L therapist?
I didn't care, because for me, that's Tyler being like, oh, I just want to make fun of Nabil so I can make Zach feel happier. That's what I felt like it was. So when you end up getting another guy here, Tyler Oceano, to be on your side even more by saying, oh, Nabil's an L therapist, Nabil's a bully, which may or may not be true, but you attach yourself to that where you're like, okay, I'm getting more approval. That must mean I'm doing right, which ties back to what you're saying, where it's like, oh, everybody's laughing at me. There must be more to the joke that I don't understand. Or maybe I'm taking things too seriously. I think this ties back to that.
I don't know. I think I get your point, but like I think I'm healthy in the way, like I said, I haven't recalled a situation where I was like super uncomfortable, and I'm sure it's gonna happen eventually. Like it's bound to happen, especially with somebody with as loose of boundaries like myself.
Well, I feel like there's a difference between being thick-skinned and there's a difference between having no value on your own feelings.
I mean, I value my feelings.
Why do you have no boundaries? Why do you not care what people say to you? Because you're like, oh...
Because I value my feelings so much that it's like... Sure, it feels good when, like, positive reinforcement, but, like, at the same time, it's just noise. Neither one, like, necessarily, like, matters 100%. Sure, I can, like, take it in and use that information from either side to kind of, like... I mean, that's kind of like, whenever you do research, it's like, if you find research on the side that you're arguing against, and you find research that you're doing, and you find research you're arguing for, like, you're still culminating this argument for yourself. And, like, that's my emotions. Like, my emotions, I'm culminating from the positive reinforcement and the negative reinforcement. And sure, it feels good from the positive reinforcement, but, like, I'm getting both. And it's like, but, like, I know how I feel. And that's W aura. Like, my aura out-auras both sides. It doesn't matter.
So, tell me about when you became a streamer, how you viewed your relationship with chat.
I don't know. I mean, I chat is kind of like doing it with me, and everywhere I've seen online, it's like a chat is kind of like a chat is kind of like a reflection of who you are, kind of thing. So, I mean, I definitely am like, chat, don't say that. Sometimes I'm like, chat, L, quit it, or like someone will come in and say something and I'll be like, right, quit it. And so, I don't know, chat is definitely, like, a huge part of streaming. Like, obviously I can't do it without the chat. Shout out chat. So it's like, I don't know, they're almost like a coworker almost. They're a peer. And I want to make sure that the peer that I'm with is someone that I enjoy being around because I want to do it, kind of thing.
So, if you enjoy being around them so much, why do you imagine chat in scenarios, like, without the camera off? Be like, anything you do, you're like, oh, would chat say W streamer or L streamer?
Because, like I said, chat is a projection of myself. And I think, like, almost like if I was able to talk to myself about my feelings, that's kind of like what I'm doing. I was like, it's just chat.
So you're personifying yourself through chat.
Kind of, yeah. Yes.
So, when chat says bad things about you, they're like, oh, Zach's an L streamer, that wasn't funny, Zach, classic Zach L. Common Zach L, Extreme Zach L, Zach only gets L's, Zach hasn't done anything funny in his life, Zach, you should really stop the stream, Zach, why are you even doing a goon corner, Zach, what is your niche even supposed to be? Anything like that, you think
That's outright bait.
that chat should be a reflection of you then? If chat's being that negative?
Well, no, because first of all, chat would never say that. They have said L streamer. They say L ads, which I understand. If I could get rid of ads, I'd get rid of them. I would, and I understand like some of the L's, and like that's in my mind. My chat's a lot like more uniform and nice usually, and there are, especially like right now, there are going to be some people that necessarily stand out more than others, but
So again, like I said before, is you can't even imagine a situation where your chat is making fun of you and it's not for some reason that you deserve, i.e. like giving out ads for your 6 cents.
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, chat can be mean, and then we just time them out. I guess that's another thing. We have control over chat too, as well, and what chat says sometimes. Authoritarian. Sorry.
I would apologize.
Because you said to be serious and to stop deflecting with jokes. So
So you recognize when you're deflecting now? Or have you always recognized? It's a conscious thing you do or subconscious? What do you think?
I mean, sometimes it could definitely be self-conscious, but I think I don't know. It's funny to do jokes. Like I mean, I like to joke whenever I can because it's funny. Like I said, it's the laugh that's important.
So everything's for the content.
Exactly.
So when you're being the class clown at school, at home, whenever, it's all for the content. All for attention. Positive, negative.
Attention whore, like Chad said.
Do you think that's a healthy way of living?
I don't think it's necessarily unhealthy. I think it's just a way of living.
Do you think it's detrimental or helpful for the future? Far future, 40 years.
I don't think that far ahead.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't.
How far ahead do you think?
Like within the year kind of thing. Usually, maybe like the farthest. I mean, maybe the farthest as like. I don't know. I don't really do critical, deep thinking about the future because there's still so much that I want to change in the present that like I'm not necessarily worried about the future, and like not necessarily to the extent where I'm just like completely disregarding any kind of like just like taking drugs and whatever, like not that, like just I don't know, like that there's too much to be focused on in the present to be worried about the future too much.
So in your Q&A from a stream ago, 2 streams ago, something like that, you mentioned that one of your biggest regrets was not streaming more often before.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think a part of that is because you're not thinking ahead? Like farther than maybe 6 months at a time?
No, I think from before, like the reason why I necessarily didn't go live was just because like I was so paranoid about wanting it a certain way, wanting a whiteboard, wanting a wheel, wanting to have a PC, wanting to have good internet, wanting to be able to stream whatever I want, wanting to not stream this but stream this. I don't know. I think I was like a control freak kind of. I think that's why I like didn't stream in the past, or I was like, I always thought that there was like a certain way of doing it, and so I was like, well, if it's not going to be that way, then I might as well not even do it. And I think that mentality was really bad at that, like back in the day, because like even if it's not perfect, no one's perfect, but like just showing up is so much more than hello. Showing up is so much more than like just doing nothing.
Okay. So you think overall now you're in a much better state than before?
Definitely, like 2 years ago, 100%. Yeah.
So like you're willing to let go some control in order to, because you're thinking more far ahead.
Well, I guess, yeah, but like it's also more like, I guess the furthest I think about is like tomorrow. Like where do I want to be tomorrow? And then what do I have to do today to get there tomorrow, kind of thing. And it's not necessarily like, and tomorrow could be like next month, and tomorrow could be like 3 months from now. But like it's not necessarily like, I'm not concerned about like 40 years from now or when I'm 40 or like whatever.
Mhm.
It's like, it's more just like I gotta lock in. Like I know what I want kind of thing. So I just gotta, and I think that that's also something that's different for a lot of people. Like a lot of people don't necessarily know what they want. They just want like money or like they just want to be able to be financially free and do whatever. And I think I'm lucky enough to like want more than just that.
So you're saying you're like in a positive part of your life where you're really like proud of yourself right now, or do you think?
I'm proud of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like I don't think I'm necessarily like this is the perfect me, but I'm happy with what I'm doing. Yes.
So you think there's still stuff to improve on, but
Yeah.
you're not disappointed in how you are right now.
Right.
Okay, that's good. What would Zach from 2 years ago be saying about Zach current?
I think he'd be happy. I think he'd be very happy that I'm actually live. I mean, I think he might be a little bit annoyed that it took him so long to do it. And you've expressed sentiment that like I've definitely stalled IRL when it comes to this. But I think he'd be happy that we're actually doing it now. So
And what about Zach of the future? What do you think Zach of the future will be doing 2 years from now?
2 years from now? 2 years from now, Zach's schedule will be so busy he won't have time to worry about what I was doing back then. And I think there will be cool little moments. So I have the milestone thing in the first place is like giving myself pauses and time to reflect and look at what I've done. I think that's like the whole point of life in the first place is like really focusing on hard now what you're doing and focusing on tomorrow and focusing on today and then giving yourselves breaks. Like if you're proud of what you do today and like setting yourself up for tomorrow, like let yourself be proud of what you did in the past.
Yeah, like trying to improve yourself one step at a time.
Right.
Just focus one day, just today.
Tight.
I think that's good to think like that. I think it's good.
Thank you. W therapist.
I think for that we can end session for now. Meet again next week or something.
Next week?
2 weeks? I don't know.
Sure.
We'll
W session?
We can ask Chad later.
Okay. But yes, that was W therapy. Well, hopefully I had a chair set up that was kind of L. I had 2 chairs set up, and that was like the love seat, whatever. But yeah, for you guys, for the YouTube video, for chat, mental health is important. If you need help,
Seek a professional.
seek a
Who's
professional.
licensed.
Or even ChatGPT. It's been a good outlet for some people if you need to go. I know it can be like
Research wise, that's not what it says. But
find help however you can,
yeah,
preferably with a professional.
a lot more places are taking health insurance now. This is websites you can find.
Please find help if you need it.
Ginger.